When the beat drops, you know exactly what time it is. It is a huge game inside Raymond James Stadium today between Tampa Bay and Atlanta. I am Evan Closky. Joining me, as always, is David Schiele. And David, were you a big Falcons fan growing up?
Were. I mean, born a dirty bird, baby.
I just, how did this get
that
into
never happened.
The video
that never
board?
happened. Worst night of my life. Just let's ignore that.
Let's ignore. They scored in overtime.
You know, we're gonna talk about the Bucs offense struggling. Okay, we're gonna talk about the defense coming up broke on the money down, and we're gonna keep it a buck as we take a look at these sound bites heading into the matchup today against the Falcons.
Tom Brady
Stop
was a great
looking
quarterback.
at that.
Let's get started with the 10 and 10. These are the 10 most important storylines you need to know entering today's matchup with the Falcons. This game has huge implications in the division. If the Bucs can beat Atlanta, they'll essentially have a 2-game lead on the NFC South. The Bucs lead the overall series 30-29, winning all but 2 games since Todd Bowles came to town in 2019. Oddly enough, it is Week 7, and the Falcons will only play their second game as the road team today. The Falcons have only won once in their last 12 tries away from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Desmond Ridder has actually never won on the road in his young career. Desmond Ridder actually has experience against the Bucs, beating them last year 30-17. But I will say that matchup was Week 18, and the Bucs, they sat most of their players here. This was before the playoffs, David.
Well, the Week 5 contest was a wild one. Bucs led 21-zip entering the fourth quarter. Falcons scored 15 straight. Seemingly got the stop to get the ball back, but Grady Jarrett was called for roughing the passer. That penalty handed the Bucs the game. I would like to think Grady and the rest of these Falcons, they're going to have they'll be licking their chops, right? They want Baker Mayfield on the ground, but that offensive line is pretty good. They've only given up 5 sacks this season, Evan. I don't know if they're going to get it. Good luck with that.
Let's see if they can eat some W's.
Talking about that pass pro is about the only good thing I can say about the offense after last week. At number 9, these dudes were rusty after the bye. They scored 6 points, total 251 yards of offense with only 46 of those on the ground, despite 16 attempts. Also, the group went 2 of 12 on third down.
Is that good?
No, it's not. They've scored more than 20 points just twice in 5 games, Evan. They're feeling the pressure.
If you oversimplify, right, it makes it easy for the defense to stop what you're doing. I don't want to sacrifice the where we're heading for right now. Now, at the same time, we got to find a way to make yards. We got to find a way to make first downs and continue to have success while we're figuring that stuff out.
Dave Canales has brought a lot of good energy to the locker room. He's been creative, has stressed balance between the rushing and passing attack. But after 5 games, simply put, things need to be better. They're 25th in yards per game in scoring offense, 3rd to last in rushing yards, but dead last in yards per carry. The team they have yet to pop more than 20 yards on a run. I can't believe that. That's Canales' issue. But at number 8, we're going to talk about Mike Evans. Yo, what's the deal, man? The Lions and Eagles games were 2 disastrous performances. His 4 drops are second most in the NFL, which is obviously concerning for him in a contract year. Only has 24 catches on 41 targets. Mike is still well on his way for 1,000 yards, but this offense needs him to be a wee bit more consistent. At number...
who cares, David?
Excuse me?
You're excused. How about you run along? Oh, wait, you probably can't run along like these Buccaneers.
Please excuse him, everybody. This is super pessimistic Bucs fan. I think he's having a bad week.
Having a bad week? I'm having a bad 5 weeks. I've only seen 8 offensive touchdowns this entire season.
Your team is 3-2. You're leading the division. Baker Mayfield could be comeback player of the year, bro.
The only comeback that I want to hear about is the QB battle. We need to get some fire underneath his butt.
You can't be serious right now. Baker has the best passer rating on third down. He's got the best completion percentage when he's pressured. He's got key moments coming up. Do you remember Minnesota?
You remember the Alamo?
What?
Learn your history, David. And even if I gave Baker the benefit of the doubt, you can't win championships without rushing the football. We need to make a trade.
That's not happening.
We need to sign another running back.
With what cap space?
Figure it out. Take some money from Todd Bowles. What does he need it for?
What? I don't think that's actually not how that works at all. Is there anything you're not pessimistic about?
Plenty. I love these creamsicle uniforms, even though we stink in them. Plus, I trust our fans not to sell tickets to the opposing fans. Come on!
Get out. I'm going to need you to get out. This is a really young team. They've exceeded expectations from the preseason. I think we need to give them just a little bit more grace. That's all. Something super pessimistic Bucs fan can't be angry about is Antoine Winfield Jr. And at number 7, we have quite the matchup of safeties between him and Jesse Bates. Both teams average 212 yards through the air, and you better believe those two will be a huge focal point for both respective quarterbacks. Now, something Winfield and the defense have to get better at is stopping teams on third down, a.k.a. the money down. James Yarko is always money with us for his Locked On Bucs burning question of the week. And James, the defense was 9 of 16 last week in stopping the Lions. They're the worst NFL team in conversion rate. So for number 6, James, how do they fix this?
Honestly, the big problem on third downs for the Buccaneers is the fact that they're not getting home with their pass rush, and they're leaving the secondary on islands against guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown or DJ Moore or Justin Jefferson. The Buccaneers are blitzing on 40.4% of their defensive snaps. That is the third most in the National Football League, but they only have 15 sacks. That's tied for the 5th lowest among NFL teams. So when you're sending those extra players, you're taking somebody out of the secondary. If that's an Antoine Winfield Jr., a Christian Izien, even when you're bringing Levante David or Devin White, that takes away from the ability to cover a running back out of the backfield, to cover a tight end. And when that pass rush doesn't get home, the quarterback has enough time to find the one-on-one matchup that he likes. And we saw Jared Goff exploit that. So quite frankly, if the blitz isn't going to get there, the Buccaneers have to find another way to get off the field on third down.
Thank you so much, James. At number 5, how about Elijah Cansey in his first full game with the Buccaneers? According to Next Gen Stats, the first-round pick generated 6 pressures on 28 pass rushes against Detroit. It was tied for the most pressures by a rookie defensive tackle in a game throughout the last 5 years. Cansey has also recorded the second highest pressure rate at 18.9% among DTs in the season. He's looking like the real deal, David.
At number 4, 54. Levante David is 33 years old and is still playing like one of the best players on this defense. For the second time this year, he logged double-digit tackles, including a sack and a pass defended against the Lions. He kept rookie tight end Sam Laporta in check all game. He's on pace for the most tackles in a season since 2015, Evan.
Yeah, the Falcons have 2 tight ends in Kyle Pitts and Jonnu Smith. And watch out, because they need David big time today. At number 3, David and company will have all eyes on rookie running back Bijan Robinson. In classic Atlanta fashion, they've drafted an athletic freak and have minimized his impact. He's splitting carries with Tyler Algier, and Algier is averaging 3.2 yards per carry, Bijan at 5 yards per carry. Through 6 games, he's already managed nearly 600 total yards on just 106 touches. He is a problem.
Yes, he is. And usually our sideline segment is a problem for at least one of the teams playing on a given day. But as we take a look at the list of names here, it's not really a list. It's just a pair of questionables with Vita Vea and Anthony Nelson. Both practiced in some capacity most of the week, with the Falcons having nobody on their injury report.
That's remarkable.
It is remarkable. It could be a your best versus our best kind of game, and I love to see that.
Yeah, we love that. And number 2, let's keep it a buck, David. This is where we listen to Tampa Bay's press conferences throughout the week. Now there's what they're saying on the microphone.
Yeah, and then there's what they're really trying to say on the microphone. So this is where we come in. We're kind of like the translator, right?
Yeah, right.
Let's start with Schiele Barrett when asked about Desmond Ridder.
Ridder, he's been relatively, he's been doing what the team needed him to do, man. Just controlling the game, making the plays when they need him to make them.
Let's keep this a buck. Shaq is saying, oh man, my mouth was moving a lot faster than my brain, and now I'm stuck. I am trying so hard not to give any bulletin board material, but I am not scared of this guy. The Falcons present a lot of problems today, and I'm not losing sleep over Desmond Ridder. Next up, Elijah Cansey assessing his first full game of action.
It was great. Still knocking off the rust. Kind of a preseason for me, rather than the other guys that's been out there going and flying around.
Keeping it a buck, I'm about to be a problem in this league, bro. Like, legitly. Once I really get my legs under me, there is no stopping me. Did y'all not hear Evan's stats a couple of minutes ago? Finally, we're going to have Dave Canales grading this offense.
You guys asked me week to week kind of grade our offense, and I would say we're still, out of 10, we're still in that 6.5 to 7 in terms of our just fundamental play and execution.
Keeping it a buck, Dave Canales wants to say, my boys are getting a passing grade. Barely, but I'm a generous grader. I'm not going to flunk this group. We got no time for summer school. I hate that you asked me this question, and I hate that the grade hasn't changed. We're working it out here, but it's still on the front nine of the season. So just keep that in mind, everybody.
And finally, at number 1, I hope you enjoy watching the Bucs at Ray J today because they won't be there often after this contest. From week 8 to week 15, Tampa Bay is only home twice. That's a span of 2 months. So not only is this game huge in terms of the division, but it's also huge to build some sort of a buffer for this brutal stretch coming up.
As for the games right here on 10 Tampa Bay, we got some good ones. Bucs will head to Buffalo for Thursday Night Football next week, so get a glimpse of them against New England at 1 o'clock. Then at 4 o'clock, we got the Taylor Swift drinking game going on with the Chiefs taking on the Chargers. How many times we're going to hear her? Checking out our Blitz picks record. David picked the Lions. I picked the Bucs. We're now all tied up, and this is a big morning because we're picking 2 games.
That's right. We're going to pick the Atlanta game, of course, but the Bills game is on Thursday night, so we got to pick that one as well. I'll start. I've got the Bucs today. I give them the edge at home. Final score, I think 17-14-ish, around that area.
Yep.
But then they're going to go on the road. I don't think they're going to go up to Buffalo and win. That is a really good Bills team, and we haven't seen the Bucs stop a really good quarterback like Josh Allen.
This is boring because we're pretty much on the same page here. I'm going a little bit more points. It's going to feel like a Big Ten game. Bucs win 20-17. Then on Thursday, I think they push Buffalo early, but that is a tough task on the road. Quick turnaround. I think it gets out of hand late. The Bills win 31-16. Another Blitz episode in the books. Remember, we got 1 o'clock from Ray J today against the Falcons. Points will be at a premium. I am Evan Closky. This is David Schiele, of course, getting that in. This is the Blitz. We'll be here same place, same time next weekend. More Bright Side coming up after the break.